boy, the future is now. AI is headed to the NFL. As part of the league's partnership with Microsoft, tablets have become a sideline staple at football games. Well, now, most tablets will have Copilot, which will offer an AI solutions on questions like which play is best to call in any given situation. All right, I want to bring back ABC News contributor Mike Muse, who has both the tech chops and the sports knowledge to break this all down. All right, so what exactly did the NFL announce in this partnership this week with AI and Microsoft and everything?
Yeah, so Microsoft and the NFL have entered a long-term partnership, really expanding upon their partnership that they already have. And so what we're going to see is 2,500 Surface pilots, think like iPads and Surface tablets. I don't want to make sure I don't confuse the products here, on the sideline. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow for real-time data analysis in terms of what is actually happening on the field. It's typically we see those play callers, the general managers, offensive coaches, defensive coordinators up in the booths. Now, essentially, there's going to be an aid that these coordinators and coaches will have both on the sideline and upstairs in the booth to really look at like what, based upon the data of the patterns that they're detecting, particularly in the play of that game, what are they noticing in terms of how the defense is positioning when it's a third down? Like, what are they noticing for the offense based upon their wide receivers and how they're catching the ball during the game, how they're likely to receive on second down? So really pulling in data on real time to do predictive analysis on which playbook, which plays inside their playbook should they be calling based upon the data they're seeing in real time.
This is like an AI coordinator. I feel like, you know what I mean? AI coach.
I'm trying to contain myself. I'm just so excited. I'm like, let me walk through this slowly.
Right. So, I mean, you know, we always see every single development in tech come to NFL. You know, you had the speakers in the helmet where the coaches can now communicate with the quarterbacks, the tablets, and now AI. So is this just essentially just teams trying to use every weapon at their disposal?
Yeah, but I think this is the evolution of society. Again, the reason why I was very intentional, Ike, in the first question was saying it's a productivity tool to aid the coaches on the sideline in the booth, because that's exactly what it is. It's really going to come down to the fact of who understands the technology the best, who understands the data the best, and really who understands how to create the right prompt in order to get the maximum output for the competitive advantage. The good thing about this, though, is like that all teams have the same technology at their disposal. It's just how they're going to matter of using it. But think about it. Not only can you look at the real-time data based upon what's happening in the game, but you can also, too, look at the data based upon the scouting report, the opposition research you did the week prior or the week of, looking at what that team has historically done in the past. What are the trend patterns recognizing in typical games and situations based upon weather, based upon time, based upon health, and the depth report and the depth chart that they're seeing coming up. So they can recall all that in a split second, maybe like 2.5 seconds, right? Maybe 5 seconds, right? So it's really going to change, I personally think, the fan experience. So if it's done right, and if both teams are operating at a high level of prompting and inputs and outputs, we're going to see a great fan experience, right? We're going to see maybe no more one-sided, lopsided games, but highly competitive, down to the wire, red zone, fourth and goal.
Don't you think that this
10
is just
seconds remaining?
But don't you think this is just going to homogenize the game, where every team will essentially play the same way? I know, obviously, that the humans have the last say, but aren't you worried that essentially an AI model will now tell us if we should go for it on third and long instead of like an actual human? Doesn't that worry you a little bit?
First of all, I don't like your tone.
I'm just saying here. I mean, you're taking decisions.
I like the bass in your voice on that one. I like the bass in your voice on that. No, great question. I think a lot of people are going to be concerned about that. But no, that's why I said it's a level playing field. But it really comes down to, again, but even take the computers out of it, Ike, right? It really comes down to the coordinators, right? Who is best at their job, even without the technology there. Now it's just a matter of the technology is every component. Who is best? Because just because you have it doesn't know that you know what to call, what to put into the system to get the better output, and you still need the human assistance on what to do. There's still something that can't be replaced, Ike, and that is the human instinct, right? That's the human gut, right? There is no machine that can do that, in particular, 4th and 1, right? Like, 10 seconds left, red zone, Super Bowl's on the line. I mean, there's not too much a computer to tell you. That is the relationship that the coach has with the receiver, has with the quarterback, the defense side. So there's so much stuff that only still a human can do, but it's good to have as much data as possible to make the best decisions. I think that's what we want as fans.
Let's keep those big brain coaches employed on those sidelines, right, Mike?
They won't be replaced. It's just additive, baby, just additive.
I love it. Mike Muse, thank you as always.
Yeah, love you.
I love you too, man.